Good evening, everyone. As Kelly said, this is myself and my wife, Carrie. We were 2013 Wife and R Achievement Award winners. And right now, I would like to tell y'all about some of the awards we won. Southern Farm Bureau Casualty donated a 2013 Ford F-150 four-door four-wheel drive. It's really nice, and we have enjoyed it. Kubota donated 250 hours on the Kubota, and we were able to pick whichever one we wanted. And you see it there on the screen. It's like 125 horsepower, front wheel assist tractor with loader and everything that you would need, and we really enjoyed that. It took us a whole year to put the 250 hours on it, but it has been thoroughly enjoyed. John Deere, of course, donates 100 hours on a tractor, and we were able to get this one. It's an 8320 RT tractor, and we really enjoyed using it. We just got finished using it just here a few weeks ago. The $1,800 that Mississippi Farm Bureau donates to go towards technology, we use that to upgrade our RTK systems on our tractor for guidance, and that was a tremendous benefit. Watson Quality, Southern Ag, and Southern Farm Bureau Casualty for their cash prizes. We ended up using a lot of those cash prizes in our trip to San Antonio to go do some extra things that we wanted to do at the National Farm Bureau. Mississippi Farm Bureau's donation is an all-expense paid trip to the American Farm Bureau annual meeting, and we went to San Antonio, and I'd never been to San Antonio before, and it was quite an experience. Me and my wife really enjoyed it. We actually rented a car and rode out in the country and saw a wild hog processing plant. So that was something I really enjoyed. Everybody might not, but we really enjoyed it. While we were in San Antonio, we competed in the National American Farm Bureau Wife and R Achievement Award. And unfortunately, we did not make it to the top 10. If you don't make it to the top 10, everybody else is the same. So we had a good time, and we thought we did good, and we thank Kirsten, the Wife and R coordinator here. She really helped us, and we thought we had a good package going on out there, but they told us that cattle farmers and grain farmers, they're everywhere, and we need to do something special to compete on the national level. So we'll try to do that for the next couple that gets to go. One of the main things that I took out, or me and my wife took out of winning this achievement award, was the prizes are awesome. I mean, when you go to the national and start talking to people and what they've won, our prize package here is I would say the best. I mean, I didn't hear of any other states that won as what we did. So thank our sponsors, because it really means a lot what they do and the involvement they have in our organization, and I really appreciate it, because it's definitely something to make people want to win it, but when you win it and you can go to the national level and kind of stick your chest out and tell what you've won, and thank these sponsors for what they've done. We really appreciate that. The main thing that I got out of this achievement award is when you go back and look and do this package that you have to do, and all these contestants know it takes a little time to get it together. But when we went back and started looking from when I was in high school and started my career in farming before I even graduated high school, it's just you see where you started and where you are now. And that's something that I really had not ever taken the time to do. And, like we were just talking about Thanksgiving when we started and being thankful for where we are. Sometimes we still want every day, but when we go back and look at where we started and where we are now, I was really thankful for where I was, and I never would have looked at it without having to go back and start over from the beginning for this Achievement Award package. So I just want to thank the sponsors. This is a great prize package they have, and I think everybody will be happy with it. If y'all will, please turn your attention to the screen, and we're going to meet this year's contestants.
Our first nominees are Judd and Casey Davis from Bolivar County. The Davises have a row crop operation just south of Cleveland.
I personally farm about 2,600 acres as my own, and my father and brother and I, we all are a partnership, and we farm about 7,800 acres total. We farm rice, corn, and soybeans. We call ourselves rice farmers because that's the most labor intense of what we do, and we farm about 2,200, anywhere between 1,800 to 2,400 acres a year. We had about 2,200 this year, and like I said, we call ourselves rice farmers because personally that's my favorite is rice.
Being a rice farmer, Judd is naturally concerned about the availability of water.
The use of groundwater is really becoming very well monitored and regulated, I guess. We have water meters and things of that nature that we're putting on, and everybody's trying to do their part to get to the point where we're not mining the water, to where everything stays constant, where this water source will last my lifetime and Walker's lifetime if he wants to use it. And that's a driving point for us in water conservation I know I am the younger generation farming, but I've already got my generation coming that I want to be able to, if he wants the opportunity to farm, he can have it.
Life in the Delta revolves around agriculture. When agriculture does well, the entire Delta prospers.
As long as we have the water source, I think that is one of the driving forces that we have on a lot of other regions that we have irrigation. Irrigation is its own insurance policy. We can guarantee it's going to rain. We can't always guarantee it's not going to rain. It gets a little deep around here sometimes. But I do believe that as long as we can continue to maintain our water source, that we will be able to continue to thrive in the Mississippi Delta when it comes to agriculture. I believe that we're a very profitable area when it comes to commodities and production. We seem to keep production high. And even in the bad years, we seem to come out, pretty average.
Casey is a stay-at-home mom to the couple's 4 children. Caroline, who is 5, Amelia, who's 4, 2-year-old Walker, and Kate, who was only 10 days old when we visited. Next, we have Jeremy and Beth Graham from Pontotoc County. They run a dairy and row crop operation just east of Oxford.
We're the 3rd generation on this home farm. My grandfather and them bought the place in 1928, started milking cows in the early 30s. My father and mother and my uncle were all partners in the dairy. And then in 1999, I bought 50% of the operation. In 2007, Beth and I bought the remaining half of the dairy, so we own 100% of the operation now.
Currently, the Grahams have about 40 baby calves that are on milk. Jeremy spends a lot of his time making sure that they have everything they need.
I go out at 9 o'clock every night before bedtime and make sure see if any of them's calving. If they're calving, I get to get up every 2 hours to check on the progress of them. The next morning, we bring the calves up, we put them in individual huts, and we feed the baby calf in an individual hut on a bottle for about 3 or 4 days. And then we transition them over to a 5-gallon bucket with a hose and a nipple on it. We get them accustomed to sucking that bucket, and then once they get about a week and a half, 2 weeks old, we move them to a group of about 6 to 8 calves, and then we raise them in that group of 6 to 8 calves on what we call a blue cow barrel. Some of them's white barrels. But we raise them that way till they're about 8 weeks old. We wing them and then move them out onto pasture, and heifers stay on pasture till they're ready to calve. The cows are on grass 365 days a year.
Being in the dairy business makes you a pretty rare commodity in this state.
When I started in 1999, there was 350 grade A dairies in Mississippi. Currently, right now, there's 95 is the last number I've seen.
But Jeremy says he wouldn't have it any other way.
It's a 7-day-a-week, 365-day a year job. Currently, we've got a real reliable crew that'll step in and pick up things whenever I get tied up doing Farm Bureau activities or going to different meetings or even when I get sick.
Beth is an x-ray technician at a hospital in Oxford. And the Grahams have 2 girls, Mary Hatley, who is 4, and Kendall is 1.5. Next, we have Billy and Kayla Tabb from Eupora. The Tabbs have a diversified row crop operation consisting of a little less than 2,000 acres of corn, peanuts, soybeans, wheat, and milo.
Plan on having a lot more than that, but that's what we got this year. Started out in 2003 just farming cotton, which was years ago, and the cotton markets kind of fell off, so we the last 2 years hadn't planted any cotton, but hope to go back to that. We're non-irrigated hill farmers, and it's just we're pretty spread out because we don't have a whole lot of open land around here, but we make do.
Billy started growing peanuts in the mid-2000s when Birdsong came through looking for farmers to plant them.
First couple years was tough. It was a learning curve, I tell you. We hauled as much dirt over there as we did peanuts, but they bared with us, and we've been very, very profitable on the peanuts. That's kind of kept me afloat. The years that it's so dry, they're almost drought resistant. And, of course, the market, it jumped way up back in 11, I believe, when it really jumped up, and that helped us a lot. And then 12 was good. They're hanging in there pretty good, so we really like the rotation though. I mean, it seems to be good for the dirt, and just something else we can have just to diversify a little bit.
Billy says the biggest issue facing him as a farmer is the high cost of inputs versus the low prices for commodities.
Fertilizer went up and never went back down. Very few seed companies and very expensive on that end. Nobody's competing anymore for your business. It doesn't seem like as much. And I know with the new technology, of course, the crops are easy to grow, but if you make one mistake now, it's over with. I mean, it's very tough, the prices of everything. And that's what, you gotta figure out a niche like the peanuts to hang on in the lean times with these other row crops. That and, the weather. I don't irrigate a single acre, and don't know that I ever will. So, between the weather and the high prices, it's just, you're at the good Lord's mercy, I guess, on that. So, but I'm not gonna complain. We've had some great years the past 5 years. We've been real blessed, so we've done well.
Kayla is a teacher at the local school. The Tabbs have 4 children: Brady, who's 9, Grant, who is 7, 6-year-old Adelie, and Gibson, who is 22 months. Our next nominee is Brett Sanford. Brett is a 3rd-generation row crop farmer from Covington County.
I started farming myself when I was about 8 years ago. We usually farm about 200 acres of corn, about 600 acres of wheat, 2,000 to 3,000 acres of beans. We scattered out from here. We farm in Columbia. We go Bassfield, East of Butchie. We go pretty much about a 40-mile radius.
Brett is also the co-owner and manager of a farm store in Seminary.
I've been running the store out there for probably 10 or 12 years now, off and on. I took it on full time back when I took on farming after I got out of college. And I just loved every minute of it. We do custom applicating, fertilize, do custom spraying, sell feed, just a little general store.
Trying to manage a general store on top of row crop farming makes Brett a very busy young man.
It makes it for a hard living. I mean, you stay out there and bust it, and we come out here and bust it. There's a lot of time we don't ever get in until 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. I mean, it's a hard life, but it's what I love to do.
Even though he's very busy now, Brett says he has expansion plans.
Maybe pick up a few more bean acres, do a little bit more corn, a little more wheat, but land situation just ain't got so tight, it's hard to find any to lease. A lot of people planting in pine trees, or a lot of these, with the cow prices up, a lot of people are buying cows, getting in the cow business right now, and taking away from the row crop.
And if that wasn't enough already, Brett got married 3 months ago. His wife, Memory, is a school teacher at Oak Grove. Our final nominees this year are Adam and Laurie Steele from Magnolia. Laurie is a lab tech at a local clinic. The Steeles have 2 boys, Slade, who just turned 6, and Sawyer, who is 4. The Steeles run a poultry operation in Pike County.
I have 4 chicken houses. We purchased them in 2010. We had to do some upgrading, and in February of 2011, we received birds. We have 21,000 in each house. We keep them a total of 63 days, and our target weight is 9 pounds.
The life of a chicken farmer is all about being at the chicken houses when needed.
When we get here in the mornings, we have to check the computers. It gradually changes the set temp every day, so you have to check and make sure your backups are set right and get them adjusted. We go in and make sure the water pressure is correct. All the feed lines have feed in them, check the water pressure, and then we have to walk the house, look for leaks, water leaks, feed leaks, and pick up all the dead. We have 5 flocks a year. Our turnaround time is 14 days, so whenever we sell, we have to get in there with the tractors and get the litter levels correct and drop the lines and get ready for the next batch.
Keeping chickens protected in houses helps with their health. They have plenty of food and clean water available at all times.
We regulate how big they get by the amount of lights we give them a day, because if you turn the lights off, it's total darkness. You can make it dark during the middle of the day or light at night. And when they get older, they only get 4 hours of dark time. And that they eat and drink 20 hours a day, and that's why they get so big so quick.
Adam says he has 90 acres of pine trees that vary in age from 6 months to 8 years old. He also has a couple of rental properties on the side. But he also said he's planning to expand the poultry side of his farm by purchasing his father-in-law's farm when he retires.
He has 6 houses, and they're around 20 years old, which these here are like 16 years old. He's done a lot of upgrading of those, and he's getting on around close to 60 years old and getting ready to retire, and it's on family land, so they're looking, at me to purchase the farm.
And those are the nominees for the 2014 Young Farmers and Ranchers Achievement Award.
I would like to announce the sponsors one more time, just so everybody knows who they are. Southern Farm Bureau Casualty Insurance Company is sponsoring the 2014 4-door 4-wheel drive pickup and $500 cash for each regional winner. Southern Ag Credit sponsoring $500 for each regional winner. Watson Quality Ford, $500 for the State Achievement Award winner. Kubota is donating 250 hours of use on a Kubota tractor. And John Deere, 100 hours of use on a John Deere tractor. The state winner also receives $1,800 towards technology purchase and an expense-paid trip to the American Farm Bureau annual meeting in San Diego, California, to compete in the National Young Farmers and Ranchers Achievement Award contest. And this is the moment everybody's been waiting for.
Your 2014 Mississippi Farm Bureau Young Farmers and Ranchers Achievement Award winner is
Beth and Jeremy Graham.
Everybody kept asking me if I was nervous before this, and kept telling them I wasn't, but I revise that now. I'm a lot more nervous now. Just thank y'all for recognizing our hard work. It wasn't simply done by me. The good Lord blessed me with with a wonderful family, with mother and father. The other workers are at home right now doing the work while we up here. But just thank y'all very much.